Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I'm going to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my peaches, haters, lovers, triggers, and commenters, and scallywags. I want to welcome you to my channel. You know, the most insane thing happened to me this morning. Well, I don't know how insane it is. But, you know, I met with my co-host, David, again, the brother from Ukraine. And we kicked it. We had a laugh. You know, it was nice. It was nice. You know, and of course, we also acknowledged our surroundings and had a good talk about Filipinos. You know, he spoke very highly of them. He told a story about some English guy who owes rent to Master could be a few days late. He said no. You know? And he also talked about how a Filipino bike shop where his bike was in need of a repair, and the guy told him 6,000 pesos. And he says, "Okay, I'll come back he said, no, leave your bike. You can pay me later." And that is very common here in the Philippines. You know, a lot of Filipinos in stores who you do business with, and you know who are more than happy to let you get the service and pay later, because they trust you. It feel it feel good. Well, I look at it as it's better to have a check in the mail than no check at all. So if you had nothing and there's a possibility of you getting something in a few days, well then yeah, do that transaction. You know what I'm saying? So but then on the same token, I told him a story what happened to me, how I was in Subaland, and I was buying some fruit or something like that, and I had everything except 6 cents. I owed the 6 pesos, 6 pesos. And the girl who was with me, I told her, bring back the 6 pesos and give her, and she said yes, okay. So anyway, so I stopped by that store maybe about 2 months later, and you know what happened? She said to me, "Where's my 6 pesos?" I said, "What?" It blew me away. I mean, you've been harboring that 6 pesos for over 2 to 3 months, So I got on the girl and said, "Why did you pay the 6 pesos?" You know what I'm saying? But the point of the matter I'm making is that she hung on, for that check in the mail, that 6 pesos. Whenever it got there, I'm sure she was glad to have it. So anyway, the thing that I'm talking about is that I didn't record it. I hit the record button, but it wasn't recording. And it's Murphy's Law. What can't go wrong will. So I'm checking. I'm ready to work on the video, and it's not there. So the only thing I can surmise is that it didn't record, which it probably didn't. It happens. Sometimes it'd be like that. Mama told you there'd be days like this. Okay, so anyway, what else is going on? A lot of you heard me talking about this guy who's a DJ on Friday who I got to get to see, and a lot of times I say I'm going to go see him and I don't see him, and at the last day my driver comes, I said no, well, let's abort another time, hey, like this, and that, and and it was something we look forward to. And so Mia also knew that that I was going out to meet this guy. This guy was from New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare to have an American DJ in the Philippines, because especially you wonder what kind of music they're playing. Because I don't know how versed he is in Filipino music, but I know he's not playing Filipino music. So I wanted to go in and jam with him and check out and see and watch watch him spin. I guess as I say, and watch him spin. I guess that's how you say it. So last night is Friday night, and so he called me and said, "Are we going?" And I sat in bed because I have an anxiety, like this, and I'm sitting in bed, like this. No, yeah, no. I said, "Okay, flock it, let's go." So I got up, started getting ready like this, and Mia says, "Where you going?" I said, "Well, I'm finally going to go." She knew every Friday like this, so it was nothing new. This was going to happen. I said, "Why are you flipping the script like this?" And it's like oh, I know about you. I know what you do. I know. I said, wait a minute, little girl, pump your brakes. See, now a lot of times from past relationships is coming up in the head. Maybe who she's with would go out or something like that, and or whatever, and he was pursuing other girls and all that stuff, and she knew it because on his Facebook like this and on those dating apps and etc. You know, but you got none of that. You don't know me. You ain't got none of that. Why are you worried about? When you see me go out, you go out with me. Oh, you know what I do? Yeah, I have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I say hello to a lot of people, a lot of girls, a lot of guys. Now, this is the part in the conversation we're dealing with the Filipino that you get to this point like this where you can explain, what's going on, but they won't understand. Won't understand. You can't explain. Well, look, we've been talking about this for 4 months. Blah blah. You saw me every Friday night get up and do this. You saw me do blah blah, blah and it goes. Because oftentimes I think that with Filipinos that they hear the English language, they hear what's being said, but you got to give their brains, time to process what you're saying, translate it into their language, and hopefully it's translated correctly, and what they're understanding is what is being said. And then it kind of, and it, it's. I told her, okay, abort. And he called me, he said, okay, I'm close by. I said, no, man, forget about it. He said, no, why not? What I tell him? I said, in 100 years, I'll tell you why. I say what those type of things. But I didn't get to go. I didn't get to go. Which leads me to my perplexity. It's, well, really? Oh, really? You gonna try to lock me down? Yeah, well, it's not lock me down. It's like you have a preconceived notion based upon your small experience, and oftentimes what Filipinos know about is not from actually happened to them. It's from listening to other Filipinos' stories. They watch and listen to these stories about bad relationships and all that stuff, and what happened with who and like this, and woman cheating or something like this or whatever. They fill themselves up with this. So not only do you have their experience, coming back to you, but you have experience from other, YouTube shit that you may have watched coming back at you too. So anyway, I decided, hey, you know what, Gerard, why don't we, nip this in the bud and get some ground roots here, because apparently, we are evolving. She's evolving in her age and what she's doing and what she's going through and what she's taught in the family and Filipino culture. You see, and that's combined with what preconceived ideas she has of how it should be. Now, granted, she has a strong family unit, that they are, let's say, they're married. Their marriages last a long time, and staying together with the children is part of their culture. But I know I can tell, I know girls, man. Come on, I mean, I know I can tell when they're worried about something, or when something flares up in their man, and or why would you ask me a question like that? And if I was anywhere else in the world, I would be obliged. I'd be very obliged to ask a dame, why you asking me a question like that, and expect her to explain. But here in the Philippines, you can't ask a Filipino, to explain. Now, when you say what you talking about, it's not being confused. Like, what you talking about, Willis? And I've explained that to her and even show her, what's his name? The short guy, Gary Coleman. I'm showing Gary Coleman saying, and explain to her what a uh, what what's it called? Um, um, It'll come to me. It's the word that when it comes like a running joke or something, a word that becomes like a noun. Like, what are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? That's kind of like a noun now. You know what I'm saying? It's like run. I mean, now, it's like a name. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm not trying to break down English, but it becomes something that's familiar. So when you're talking to a Filipino and you ask her to explain, it's you know you won't get that. So when you say, you know, uh, she say something or say, wait, what are you talking about? Explain to me what you're talking about. See, that's the end of the conversation. See, because there's no explaining. In this culture, depending upon the level of Filipina, where she's at, culturally wise or society wise, you know, explaining it can be very difficult. So anyway, I have decided that look, let's put let me put my life in perspective. Number one, I missed the stage. I miss the hustle and bustle of girls getting dressed and guys putting on the dog and the limousines and all that pow 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 pow, all that type of excitement. I miss that. I I miss producing. Let's just leave it at that because I used to produce a lot of stuff in the industry. So, here is one of the things that I've sacrificed that glamour, that life or whatever it is, and took myself out of that for this, you know. But I long for it. I like people in spite of my anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I still like that atmosphere. So anyway, I've decided what I'm going to do. I'll let you know how it's going to work out. I'm going to take a calendar, and I figure, see, I'm trying to come up with something that she can relate to. Uh, 2 times out of the month, I'm going out by myself. That too much to ask for? No. So I'm or I can invite some of my friends from Cebu here. I was set up for that. I was set up for having some of the family, that I would love to see come visit. Yeah. So that's my plan. Like I said, plans are not more than dreams. Dreams are not more than plans awaiting action. Maybe I'm dreaming or whatever, but I have to maintain my independence. Yeah, I'm not. I'm the one to get. I don't. Let's leave it at that. Okay, you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly and always pull someone up. And sometimes you may be the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. If you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation One song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And never say no. And if you're a double OG, never let him control you. I'll talk to you later. Peace. I love you.